Good morning. Best intro ever, you know, out of the mouths of babes. And thank you, Jim, for helping us get grounded in why we're here, not generally, but very specifically. So what a great role for me to start on the celebration side. And this is about both celebrating work that is worthy and having it serve as inspiration. So each year we invite teachers from among the thousands of new tech teachers across the country to submit projects that are then reviewed by peers, combination of teachers in the network and new tech staff, looking for projects that land on the learning outcomes, that are authentic, that are aligned to standards, that really set an example of what great project-based learning looks and feels like, and of course, with students at the center of that experience. So this year, I am thrilled to be able to formally announce that the Best in Network Award is going to 3 teachers who are also, again, bringing some great honor to the state of Indiana, which has been up here before, from an elementary school. Second time we've had Best in Network go to an elementary school winner. And those teachers are Lindsey Risner, Lorien Goodwin, and Courtney Young. And they are teachers from Washington Discovery Academy in Plymouth, Indiana. So welcome. Thank you, and let's welcome, along with Ariel and Leandro, who are going to steal the stage this morning. Now you might notice I said 3 teachers, and you can probably count. There are 2. Courtney is about to welcome a new baby and is past safe travel time, so we will be sending her certificate, but we couldn't be more thrilled to be able to have this morning, and we got really fancy this year. There's even like pictures, and we'll do this, and this is to see briefly, and then I'm going to take it away so you can do the rest of your talking, and you'll get it later. All right, take it away.
Hi, everybody. I am Lindsey Risner.
And I'm Lorien Goodwin.
And our story starts, like most stories do, with a problem. You see, when our students were faced with a challenge, they were simply giving up. Their story was ending right there.
In order to make anything truly exciting happen, you have to choose to accept a course of action, which our students were stubbornly refusing to do. In brief, we had a problem with agency.
Agency has become a popular buzzword, but what does that mean, and how do you describe it to the average 3rd grader?
We simplified it to this. Agency is the ability to develop and reflect on a growth mindset and take ownership over one's learning.
We took that idea and paired it with perseverance, the ability to keep trying even if something is difficult.
This kernel of an idea blossomed into the Dare to Dream in Color project, a charity 5K that pushed students to accept challenges and work towards a goal for the good of others.
This project developed over the course of 2 years, truly taking on a life of its own. But this story is not ours to tell.
This project was about student agency. The story is theirs.
Hello, everyone. My name is Lorien. Thank you all so much for coming to NTAC 2017.
My name is Ariel Furman. We would like to take some time to share with you our stories of our agency-driven project, Dare to Dream in Color.
We say stories because we both have a different perspective. You see, I was in 3rd grade this past school year.
And I was a 3rd grader in spring of 2016. I participated in the original Dare to Dream in Color project, which won the Best in Network Award.
And I participated in the new and improved version of this project called Not All Superheroes Wear Capes.
Both of these projects were focused around developing a sense of agency and perseverance.
Although they were different in many aspects, we both started in the same place.
We both started with the same entry event, focused around identifying strengths in ourselves and our classmates.
We took a survey that helped us identify our personal strengths. My top 2 are zest and humor.
Mine are kindness and leadership.
We then took time to identify 2 strengths we saw in our classmates.
We did something called a gallery walk.
Every student in the classroom had a poster with their name on it.
We then took time to write 2 strings we felt best described our classmates and our teachers.
These posters stayed up for the rest of the school year as a reminder to focus on the things that we are good at, especially when faced with a challenge.
Our teachers told us that we were going to be using agency and perseverance to host and complete a color-inspired 5K.
We had a lot of questions.
Others as well as ourselves.
We had a lot of questions and concerns, but our teachers encouraged us to take it one step at a time.
The first step of this project was to develop a sense of agency and perseverance. How could we show it if we didn't know what it was?
We began identifying characters who displayed both of these traits. In the books like The Most Magnificent Thing and Salt in His Shoes.
We then wrote to express how we personally connected to these characters and how their struggles were similar to our own.
Now we're at the point where our stories part ways.
After spending some time learning around agency, we had an important decision to make. Who would our run benefit?
We decided that we wanted to take the money we raised from our 5K to create care packages for our real-life superheroes.
And we decided that because we are facing challenges with a positive mindset, that the money we raised would go to people who struggled every day by giving it to our handicap-accessible park.
After deciding who we would benefit with the money we raised, we had a lot of learning to do.
When I was in 3rd grade, we read books about characters who faced challenges and persevered to overcome them.
And I read books about men and women who displayed perseverance while serving our country.
While reading these texts, we worked to identify the challenges these people face and how they persevered to overcome them.
We discussed and identified characteristics that made these people our real-life superheroes.
Alongside of reading these texts, we did some other things to prepare for our run.
Each week, we chose an exercise to complete for 1 minute. While I was exercising, my partner was counting to see how many reps I could complete in 1 minute.
After that 1 minute was up, we documented it on a graph. We did this each day for 1 week.
At the end of the week, we were able to see the progress that we made. We then reflected on that progress and how having agency and perseverance had an impact on the amount of exercises we did for the week.
We also got to practice long-distance running every Friday.
This was our way of training for the run. There was only one rule we were training. Don't stop moving!
We didn't just train for our run, we did some other things to plan for a run and all the details that went into it.
We went to our local park where the run would be hosted to map out a path for the runners.
We had to create t-shirt designs and make the color.
We had to decide where to throw the color and where to host the dance party at the end.
After having all the race details in order, we had to get people to sign up for our run. How would we do this?
We would write persuasively, of course!
We would write 5-paragraph essays and publish them to our local newspaper. That would make people and community members to sign up for our run.
We made commercials to share with students and our teachers at our school to get the word out.
We also invited local news stations to come to our run to share our story.
A lot of preparation went into hosting your Color Run Inspired 5K. A lot of preparation went into hosting our Color Inspired 5K.
And what went into the culminating event?
A lot of No, that's not it. That is not it. We're continuing, folks. We are continuing.
A lot of preparation went into our 5K, and now it's finally the culminating event. That one?
A lot of preparation went into hosting our Color Inspired 5K. A lot of preparation went into hosting our Color Inspired 5K. Finally, it was time to apply what we have learned in our culminating event.
Race day was on a Saturday morning.
And the weather was terrible!
But that was totally okay because it gave us an even better chance to show our agency and perseverance.
Before the run, I felt nervous. I didn't know what to expect or what it would be like when running through the color.
I felt excited because I wanted to know what it finally felt like to finish a color run.
Finally, the run started. I was jogging and I felt like I was running a marathon.
At first I ran as fast as I could, but after the first lap I started to get tired, but my dad encouraged me to keep going and we did.
Soon I was headed for the color. I felt so alive before I knew it. I got color dumped all over my head and into my mouth. It tasted like chalk.
My favorite part was running through the color. I stepped in front of the color throwers. Bad idea. I was covered.
My favorite part was the color dance party at the end. We all came together in the center of the park and threw a bag of color up in the air. It ended up in my mouth again, still tasted like chalk.
Our 5K was a huge success. Nobody gave up and everybody finished.
When people were struggling, we were there for each other, ready to encourage them to keep going.
We were all able to show our agency and perseverance.
It felt so amazing to complete a challenging task we worked hard on for a great cause.
This project was a lot of fun, but not only it taught me to keep going and never give up.
The learning changed me. Now I try my best on things. I learned to keep going. Now we have a question for you. Is there anybody that's struggling?
There's people over there.
Anybody who can use it?
I
Hello.
don't know.
Is there anyone who's struggling who wants to share?
Our kids would like to give you some advice, so anybody wants some advice?
I'm going first.
I'm trying to look for
Anyone?
I can't see one.
I mean, at first everybody raised their hands, but now
Oh, there's one over there.
So how did you help foster a growth mindset in others that may have had a fixed mindset?
you're answering that question. You might need to say it again.
She said, how can you develop a growth mindset in others if you have a fixed mindset? If you don't have a growth mindset, how can you get others to show a growth mindset?
First, you need to practice on your own. And then you can help others.
Anybody else?
Oh, we both went.
Anybody else?
One more. Coming over.
Oh, well, there's one right there. Wait. Oh, another one right there. It's hard
I
to
mean,
see
first
hands.
everybody
There's a
raised
lot
their
of
hands. I could have answered all your questions. I mean, if they were hard, I would have just let her. I would have just let it to her, and then I just would have been in the backstage chilling.
Look at it.
You guys are awesome, by the way. Love it.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yes. Thank you for this. When kids get older, they become too cool for school. I struggle with that. What advice do you have for me?
Well, what grade do you teach?
11th and 12th, maybe some 9th.
High school.
High school.
Ooh. Got any ideas?
Why is it always me?
What?
Why is it always me?
Huh? Because it's hard. I just answered the easy question, so fine. 11 to 12.
Can I frame it a little differently?
Yeah.
Sure.
Why do you enjoy what you do at school?
Why do I enjoy it?
Yes.
I like learning things, so.
So I have advice for you. Don't ever lose that, okay?
Okay.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Good job, guys. If you are interested in learning more about our project and how it has tested our sense of agency as teachers, you can join us today in room 127 at 11 o'clock. Thank you.
Thank you.